Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're back with UBDFM, station for the next generation. This is DJ Zol.
And DJ Ziggy right here at UBDFM. How are you guys?
I'm relieved. I feel relieved.
Actually, we're right now with Ranoadidas, the Sim, Goh and Jonathan Bong. So, welcome to the studio, and we're going to be talking about the film festival. And but just before we start, I want to show you this image. Now, if you guys want to know what the image is, just check out UBDFM TV. It's in youtube.com/UBDFM. Just now, Siti Kamaludin from Origin Films was here talking about Yasmin the movie. So I took the opportunity to pitch a new movie. It's also equally action-oriented, also dramatic, but involves dance. It's called Ziggy the Movie. It features me. It was really hard, but I just made it like a few minutes ago.
The eye is not you. I don't think that's.
It looks like
That's the Yasmin,
Yeah,
right?
that's definitely it's the new movie. It's called Ziggy the Movie. However, when I showed it to CT, she really liked it. So hopefully it will be coming soon.
nice.
2015.
Okay.
Is it a prequel or sequel to?
Oh,
What happened when
It's an interpol.
We should be looking at a trilogy.
While she's doing her silat, I'm there dancing.
So your title of the movie would be Get a Ziggy with it? Maybe?
No, it'll be Some Dreams Are Worth Dancing For.
Right.
So, anyway, we'll be talking about the UBD Film Festival. Just wondering how you've seen the movies, the short films.
Yeah.
So, can you give us your thoughts on probably what is the best film? Because a lot of them are from the modules. I believe it's AC 4309. 4309. I plan to take that module probably on my final year.
Can I just find out first what is an AC something something?
It's a code for
It's a code for the faculty.
the module.
A stands for arts.
Arts and communication. Actually.
Yeah, arts and communication.
That's right. So the module is for short filmmaking. Most of the product that came from that module is now up there. Just wondering, what are your thoughts on them? Is it alright? Let me start with Elizabeth Sim.
Sitting through the movies yesterday for that launching, it was such a thrill to watch all the, I think it was 6 movies in total, I can't remember how many, I really just lost myself in the first 3. For me, I found that, because we were debating after the movies, there was one that had potential to be an actual documentary, which could serve film festivals in the near future, in a very much more intense, if given the popularity, that's one. I found that there's so much potential in that genre. Talking about the other movies in the top, from me, the first 3, not top, but the first 3 that was shown, I was quite impressed knowing that they used very simple storylines that had really shared with us like the type of talents we had in Brunei. And no matter what age you are, you could just be a part of it. And at the same time, the second movie, I think it was, I don't know what it's called, the one with the spooky library and
It's Letting Go.
Yeah, Letting Go.
Letting Go.
That was
Yeah,
the last
so,
one.
yeah.
That was the last one.
The last one was Roast Lamb.
The roast time was the second last we call it.
What screening did you go to?
I went to the launching. I don't know what you went to, but okay, whatever order it is, I found that when I was watching the Letting Go part, the introduction reminded me of an actual blockbuster movie, just a scene of it, and I thought, wow, I can't believe we have the equipment and we have the talent, we had the people to come up with those kind of ideas and make it so dramatic, and I've always known Brunei to be very ultra dramatic. Putting it on screen is just another platform. I'm already thinking about who to collaborate with for my own shows and what to do next. That's what it brings to me. It brings the opportunity to work with certain people in the near future for a bigger project. Because I'm an actress as well, so we want to do more of that in Brunei and so much more.
It's true, because in Brunei, you've got a lot of individuals here who have a lot of capability, but just need a lot of support. We need to support the local talent. Now, I remember Jonathan, you had a comment about local talents just now while we were off air. Maybe you could talk about it a little bit more here.
Well, I guess, thank you, Ziggy. What I meant to say is that it's very interesting to know that from looking at the short films that we presented, that Brunei actually has the capability, to go into, feature films, commercials or movies, all those, So the talent is there. If let's say we have more infrastructure for all the students, for example, now we have a film faculty. If we have a acting school, then you can bring about these infrastructures, and from there on, right, what happens is that you can interest companies, because before a full movie feature film can be made, there's a lot of risk involved. Like, what if the movie is not going to make it? So nobody wants to spend so much money. So how this kind of things work out is probably from short films, and when you see, when you make something interesting and you post it up there, like with today's technology, let's say YouTube and so on, and people see your work and like just like what Elizabeth mentioned just now, I'm already thinking about who to collaborate and things like that. So you might interest companies, for example KFC. While we're looking at this, we're already thinking, my God, these people are good. Maybe we'll get them to shoot our commercials. That's how it starts from there. From commercials, then people get more experience. Then things get better. Then you go on longer films, and then you go on a full movie.
That's actually great. Now, that's on it.
Oh, I don't know why you throw that question to me, because I have not seen many of these short films from overseas. I've only seen those really well produced and to the level of the Academy Awards. That's what I'm more used to. But looking at all these movies from yesterday, honestly, I was pleasantly surprised to see that the amount of talent that we have in Brunei to produce something like that. And I'll name you three of the from yesterday, which are the three that I like the most and why. First one would be Letting Go. I think that has garnered a lot of attention. I really like the way it's written, and out of the bunch, I thought that one was the one that is more like a whole. There is a beginning and there is an ending and there is a middle. So I really like that a lot. The second one would be the documentary. I thought the mixing and the editing was done very well, together with the background music, and all the shots are done very well, just like a documentary. So I'm very professional. I'm very impressed with that. And third one would be the horror one. I forgot what it's called. The one
In the room.
supposedly based on a true event.
Just the script.
True event.
Supposedly, that one, there isn't any special effects. It was all done very old-fashioned kind of way, and that's one of the best ways. If done properly, it's really very entertaining. And it was done Thank you for scare me at all. It was done very well. It brought back to the 80s and 70s, those kind of horror movies where everything is done using makeup and camera shots, and that's what I like. Yeah.
So cool. So now you just mentioned about Letting Go. Now let me tell you something about that movie.
Yeah.
I was actually sitting next to the actor, the star. His name is Wafi, and there was a scene where the whole scene involves about the lady dropping the bracelet. Now, after the show, I asked him personally, because he's a personal friend, I asked him, do you want your bracelet back? Because I have my bracelet here. Right after the show, I called him out, hey Wafi, can you come here for a while? And I dropped my bracelet. And then he started kneeling down, trying to grab it, and looked up. Oh, no, come on. I was totally fooled him, because I was like, looking at...
You enjoyed his heroism so much?
I like it. Wafi's been in a lot of movies, videos that appeared in UBD. There was one he starred for the Hydro advertisement. He's like an advertising star because his face is everywhere. Now, I want to present a question to Rano about how do you see from here potential of the films? How do you see that in 5 to 10 years?
They have to take baby steps for sure, and I'm actually pleased that Chris Wu actually I think it's more of the students. The students wanted this to happen to make it into an event, and I hope that this will not just be a one-time off, because this is part of the module, right? So hopefully UBD will help to endorse this and make this into a yearly event because of the success that they brought to this students, and not just students, but to the eyes of the public. And like I think Jonathan was talking about, it will spur off a lot of things. Like we can go open up new modules perhaps in UBD. It could be acting, vocal, directing, and for me, I love movies. I'm a movie buff, and even yesterday, me and Del, we did a podcast on the event yesterday, talking about the more of the students' effort in putting this into a reality. I'm just because I agree with John that maybe one day that KFC might collaborate with the people who have this talent, because when I watch the movies, right, the best adverts are always KFC. I mean the one from done in KL, I'm always like well, it's simple but creative, makes me laugh,
So you want to eat?
Yeah, I think it's more of the brand that they brought, not just the food, but the brand that they bring to the eyes of the public. And I was hoping that one day that we can reach to that level. But of course, it takes baby steps. So at the moment, I kind of enjoyed the camera works. I saw some of the documentary, some of the short films. I'm impressed with the camera work what they did. Sometimes we just say, oh, the actor is good, or sound effects, but actually everyone plays a part, and I felt that camera work, one few of them were really outstanding. And I hope one day that this is where they will complement each other, rather than working individually as a module. Maybe one day, after they graduate or what, they say, hey guys, let's work together. Maybe there's some people who are good in acting, in some of short films, someone good in lighting or
Directing.
Yeah, directing. So imagine them collaborating together as a whole. And I thought that will, like what we have here, Origin Films. Origin Films is different. It's like they are a local house production. I think they've been around for so long, and they started with doing adverts, commercial adverts, and then suddenly now they got
feature film.
They now become feature film, and of course by that they need funds, right? So they get a lot of support from the government, and now it's made possible, and I can't wait for it to be releasing. I think it's in August, this year in August, and they're here right now. They're actually watching at the moment the star. Yeah, so I think I'm really happy for what's happening here in UBD, and hopefully they will spur off more things.
If I can add a 2 cents worth, right, on film industries, KFC we're actually taking the first step right now in our own way to try and support indirectly film industry. More directly is the advertising industry, because for us, right, we were one of the pioneers who actually started using cinemas to advertise many years back when it first started. We were fortunate to have good production houses that Rano. That's why Rano mentioned that he saw a lot of good ads. Those would be good qualities, and it's actually being produced overseas. Now there are some promotions which let's say we want to do it locally. Over the years, we realized that it is challenging. Even currently, I would say is that on looking for the talents, that would be the actors or the actresses, or the production house to give us the ideas that would really achieve our aim. So what we do right now is we work with this company. They're called Ad TV, where KFC we're having all the outlets, right? We install TV, and we're actually gonna be playing our commercials. But on top of that, also because we have other space available, because there's like more than 8 hours slot there. So at TV, what they do is they will go out to look for clients to see how they would want to promote their products via commercials or advertisement, we call it, and to put it here. So this would again the law of demand and supply will come in. So when people or agencies such as TVs or cinemas, they go out and look for clients. Hey, why don't you make a commercial out of it, and then you advertise and promote the branding of your products and of your company. And then this company, what they'll do is they'll start looking for production house. Hey, we need a 30-second set. We want to put it in cinemas. We want to put it in, for example, at TV or KFC.
In public places.
In public places, right? Can you do it up for us? How much will it cost and things like that. So these are the kind of baby steps that Rano is talking about. So, but I do hope that these baby steps would go faster, because we're actually quite many years behind other countries. But with the help of internet, a lot of things is actually quite fast.
I'd like to add on to that as well. So, Rano's been doing his stuff for over 10 years now with his blog, and Carrie's been around a lot longer than me, and most of us here. But for myself, being from a talk show host, doing Time Out with This, it's also a beginning to what can turn into something bigger as well. And what I provide is really an opportunity to work with students who want the experience. Because once you step into this world of corporation and company and organization and whatever it is, what you're expected to do is do your best, and not really a lot of places will give you the opportunity to learn from your mistakes and whatnot. So having developed where they are, from where I come from, it's a very developing stage. So being able to work with students to help produce my shows, if you go to my Facebook page, it's all done by students or volunteer work. I even get my nephew involved to do registrations. He's 13, giving them a chance to see what it's like to get involved with the community more. So that's what we meant by collaboration as well, and baby steps. But the baby steps I think it's a theme here, because everything we're doing now is at its infancy stage. This is the very first of its kind in Brunei. And what's going to happen next year, you never know. But what's important is that people who are already involved in it, we got to make sure that we do continue to keep our word by saying, okay, let's collaborate, let's do this. Because at the end of the day, whatever the outcome is for this country, it's really dependent in our hands and what we do with it. So the skills and talents that we see today and for the past 2 days, it didn't come just over one day. It took him years to be out there in Rano, and then now everybody knows his name. You have to have Rano's name. It's a household name for bloggers, So it took years. It didn't take overnight. It carries his name as well, and the companies that you have. So that's where I come in and go, hey, I'm less than a year old in this production of what I'm doing, but I would hope that collaboration will start soon as well. So students, you're out there, Time Out with This. I'll give you that chance to learn some experiences, feedback, especially feedback. Give feedback to you what you're doing well. So that's my piece. As opposed to these two sides who are already up there, I'm coming out as in, here's a platform for you to work with other people. Let's start doing something.
It's beautiful. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Liz. We're being too formal these days. We'll be back. We'll be discussing about the potential of the film festival UBD, and probably what we're going to be expecting for the second one, and hopefully next year. So here's Pharrell Williams with Happy. Thank you so much.